Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dramatron channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about Directingpete, his new mini BR, and where all the gnomes are in the the returning POI of Perilous Peak, in its brand new form. I have discovered 18 gnomes in this POI, and I'll share the locations and some facts I know about them to you in this video, so stay to the end or else you'll not be able to know the truth about Blake the Third. But yeah, let's get right into the video. Number one is obviously the Gnome King. He can be found on the top main floor of Perilous Peak's castle, and if you speak to him, he just tells you about the lore. But if you destroy the floor underneath him, he'll magically disappear into a portal. And no other gnome has this effect that I've discovered so far. Next up is Ironhelm, who can be found on the same floor as the Gnome King in Perilous Peak, however inside the building rather than outside. And the unique fact about him is that he's a gnome that's only been named for this chapter. In the previous chapter he did not exist, or at least not in a named form. Next up is the Hat Gnome, who can be found in the same sort of section as Ironhelm, and if you speak to him, he'll give you some unique lore about why the gnomes no longer wear their hats. Next up is Blake the Third, who can be found on the lowest level of Perilous Peak's main castle, in the throne room. He is important because he is the third in the heritage of the Blakes, the first one being the man who wore the mecha suit and attacked the orb in season 3, the second one being the man who hid out in Blake's bunker and manned the laser in the season 7 end event, and now this one is the third one of their heritage. Next up is a 3-for-1 special with the Smuddy Gnome, the Ultima Gnome and the Drama Gnome. These three can all be found on the main street of Perilous Peak in the market section. They can be found in a triangular shape with their own unique dialogue, all speaking about different POIs from Directingpete history. In Smuddy's example, he's talking about Vicious Valley, which can be found across every single map that Directingpete has made for Directingpete Mini BR series. Another 3-for-1 special comes into play when you reach the Storyteller Gnome, who's also in the Marketplace main street. He has 2 gnomes with him who are listening to his tale, and are seemingly quite interested. And the Storyteller Gnome himself claims he was in the war with the Gnome King and all that against the orb, which is quite interesting. Now it's time for some quickfire gnomes who can all be found in the Marketplace street down a Perilous Peak. First one is the Big Pot Gnome, who gives you a free Big Pot. Next up is the Riddler Gnome, who gives you a riddle to solve for some free stuff. Up next is the Blacksmith Gnome, who gives you a free sword if you go and take it from him. Next is the Map Gnome, who gives you a free recon scanner if you also go ahead and just steal it from him. Next is the Doctor Gnome, who gives you some free medical advice. After that is the Silk Gnome, who talks about the silk market in the Directingpete Mini BR Chapter 2 universe. Last up for the quickfire gnomes is the Gem Gnome, who gives you some free coin if you go and nab it from him. The final gnome that is in the greater Perilous Peak area is called Ash, and they'll be found on top of the tower directly west of the main Perilous Peak castle. They'll be talking about mining and such, and how they wish they could go and mine in a certain place. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Go play Directingpete's new map because there is a lot of fun things to see, and this is barely scratching the surface on all the stuff that is to be found in this map. But yeah, also comment down below for any content you want to see or any suggestions, or if you just want to make fun of me. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.